Burt and Max's.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a roadshow edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Today, coming to you live from Burt and Max's in West Del Rey. Jeff Defo DeForest, what a glorious day it is.
Beautiful outside, amazing, and there's nothing like having Buddha greet you at the door and immediately start talking in degenerate vernacular about the Breeders' Cup. I told him about your thing with Cody's Wish, and the next thing you know, I have a glass. I mean, I'm tempted to steal the glass. I'm sure you have this happen quite a bit. The Burt and Max's glass, I believe, is a classic here.
If you need that, you should.
I don't know if anybody can actually
and
see
that's
the
glass,
inscription there.
A
But
generous pour of Stag's Leap, a nice Chardonnay to start off the day here after a little bit of frustration we had after putting a show together earlier this morning. But great to be here. Always a pleasure. And Buddha, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you guys coming in.
no, it's been a while. We were here over the summer during, I guess, a little bit of the steamier dog days. But
All seems the same, doesn't it?
but no, now that the weather is bright, I mean, you've got a whole big crowd sitting
people
outside.
Yeah.
75 and blue skies. That's what we live here for.
And no, it's great to be back. I understand now we got some new fall menu items going on. What else is happening here at Burt and Max's?
Well, the fall menu items we started, and the shopping center starts putting music on Wednesdays during the season, and some other random times. If you check the Delray Marketplace website, they give you information on what's happening here at the shopping center. And we're, before you know it, it's Thanksgiving, and then we're into Christmas.
Yeah, and then it's another new year, and it's
New
crazy.
Year's.
I mean,
it goes so quick.
it is unbelievable the fact that, it was July when we were here, and it seems like just yesterday. So here we are, early November, and
You've already attacked the menu, which I appreciate.
Well,
greatly.
I did a little consultation with Chef John. John Warner is the executive chef here, and they've debuted some of their new menu items. And, of course, I ordered all of them. So
That's how that works.
He's already got his to-go boxes lined up.
no.
When are you going to eat, Mayo? When are you going to eat?
And then, of course, Burt Rapoport is in the house. He might join us later on, maybe videotape my big bite again. He seems to be equally, a lot of people, it's kind of like, what was it, like King Kong or something like that, where people are both like horrified and yet somehow
it's endearing.
You're attracted. You can't look away. Like I'm going to be, I guess, that
I
new
think
pork
most
on the
people are looking
ciabatta.
away
Yes.
at this stage, yeah.
Shredded pork on ciabatta looks like it has Mayo Big Bite written all over
It does.
So
I think we were thinking about you when we did that.
It's a challenge. It's one of his unique skills. It is.
2 napkins, 2 hands.
And, I was talking about dog days of August or July when we were here, but every day is a dog day here because it is pet friendly. And I know you guys are doing that really nice fundraiser going on with the other Rapoport Restaurant Group restaurants like Deck 84 and Max's Grill in Meisner in conjunction with Veterans Day for the group that provides service dogs.
Animals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you just explain a little bit about that?
We are going to have a nice event here at the restaurant that seems to be we get a lot of dogs coming in here in the very dog friendly area, and giving back to the community we like to do obviously on occasion, and that'll be one of those times. Most people are dog friendly. Unfortunately, you get a few out there that are outliers that are for some reason they're not dog friendly or dog.
I want to speak to a manager.
Now,
Please,
Defo,
you want to start? We can start with the story yesterday if you want.
Oh, yeah.
dog-
Yeah.
Well,
It is
this
a weird thing. It's a little bit of a weird thing for people.
It-
I understand where, there might be a mixed bag about dogs at restaurants, but the cause that you're representing is just phenomenal. And I'm a huge rescue dog person. So these are rescue dogs that end up being, well, no,
for veterans. It's
they go to
service
veterans,
dogs.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Service
these are
dogs.
trained, like highly trained dogs. It's the group
Yes.
is called, and I should have my notes. But
And
of
the
course-
stories are just absolutely heartening, heartwarming when you hear about the service dogs and the veterans and the connections that they make. So it's really a great cause.
Listen, a dog, as your friend and someone who's with you. There is unconditional love,
Yes.
and that's what people are looking for.
Vets Helping Heroes is the name of the outfit. It's a local charity that provides service dogs to veterans in need. And the Rapoport Restaurant Groups, including Burt and Max, is they fundraise to help them out all year long. But this Saturday, they're having a support a vet while spoiling your pet, where every 20% of every dog menu item, and there is a doggy
You have a
menu
full
here.
dog menu. Yes.
And,
Yes.
Do you have the puppuccino? Is that on there?
The puppuccino's not on there, but there are some good dishes on there. And we actually have people that come here with their dogs,
Right.
knowing and excited to have something off the dog menu.
Can we order some of that for Mike?
Yeah.
See how he does?
Tell you
The
what,
only issue with that is you're going to have to eat off the floor.
probably be
It'd
better.
be funny if he gave it a 5-star review. He's eating dog food. That'd be typical.
Some of those doggy dishes
critic-
might be better than
Listen,
some of the dishes that I've had in
they-
some of these Miami.
Listen, a
food
burger with
restaurants.
rice and vegetables.
That's the trend in
or-
dog food, though, these days.
Yes,
People
fresh.
a lot of them are making their own. I happen to go to a place that
Yes.
when you walk into the place, it smells so good. We buy our dog food there, and it's worked wonders for our dogs.
Yeah, they're
Both
making
been
fresh
healthy for a
dogs.
long
Yep.
time, and you're almost tempted to ask for a table for two when you walk in there to buy the dog food. It's all natural and really good.
Yeah, the dogs. Listen, the dogs love it, and they sit and eat off the floor, and the guests love it because they obviously love their pets, and they come here and they order off the menu.
Nobody goes home hungry from Burt and Max.
Right,
That's
no.
whether it's the kids, the dogs, the wives, the
How about a
girlfriends.
separate menu for the
Um,
dogs? That's great. Though.
Yes,
But just to clarify, the policy here: dogs are allowed on the patio and the outdoor areas, but not in the dining room. Or how
No.
does it work?
no, the policy has been, of course, you can have dogs outside. It shouldn't bother anybody, and people have a service dog, which you can only go so far with. They come inside.
Right.
Does it happen often? No. Does it happen?
The
Yes.
service dog is supposed to be, again, it's under federal law that if a dog is a trained service animal wearing the vest, certified, and helps either a blind person or some other person. But
Some other aspect of a service dog. There are many, but all they have to do is come in, and unfortunately, they tell you have a service dog, and your request is, okay, where would you like to sit?
this is always a big issue on the
Yes.
Let's Eat South Florida group. 126,000 crazies, but no, they're good people, most of them.
Unfortunately, you can't ask them to show you something or prove it to me.
There's no license.
There's
I
nothing.
think there is a
Well,
license.
it's the
There-
differentiation.
There
between
are, but there's a rule where you can't ask them to prove it to you. They just say yes.
emotional
Oh, okay.
support animals and service animals are not one and the same, and this is where it gets tricky, and it leads to a lot of contention. Did you want to tell the story from yesterday?
Well, I mean, just
Had to throw somebody out of here.
a couple.
What happened?
People are having a nice lunch on the patio, and their dogs eating, and we sat a couple of ladies at a table that was you're 5-6 feet away, but she said, can you ask them to move? I'm allergic to dogs. I'm like,
well,
I can only go so far. They're outside and they're 6 feet away from you.
right. And that's the thing, is when you're the one who has allergies, you should know that outdoor dining is then you face the prospect of maybe being next to a dog,
Yes.
and that you should request an indoor table because the odds are you will be, not next to a service animal. But you never know. It's like
You're funny. You're like Judge Judy. You're always officiating these kind of
Well,
issues now.
No,
since you've been on
it's
this,
an issue, but the problem
yeah.
the problem is there are dog owners that take advantage of the fact that they have a service animal, or they say
Yeah.
they have a service animal, and they take it to an extreme where maybe they're on the booth now, and they're not. They should be on the floor at your
Right.
feet.
right.
and that's it.
And as soon as they get up on the bar and start
about on the
licking
table?
from
Yes.
the same bowl,
Yes,
that's when you say, it might not be a service dog. And then
then you
it
have the
becomes-
dogs. Then you have the dogs that come in a carriage.
oh God.
And then
The
there's
stroller
I love that,
dog.
by the way. I absolutely
All right.
love that when I'm on my walk of life. And you think, wow, there's a hot babe, and she just had a baby,
Right.
and it's like a schnauzer.
You walk Skippy like that sometimes, though, don't you?
No,
You
no,
you
not
break
at all.
out
No,
the
no.
pram, the baby stroller.
He's okay. Skippy's a tough kid, man. He's a street dog.
The problem I have is just the fact that people want to take advantage.
Yeah.
And they don't only care about themselves, and it's just not fair to other people. And the people that unfortunately, some people that lash out, they're like in such a small amount of people that lash out, but they make the most noise.
Mm.
As you know,
Always the
in
case.
anything, always the case.
Squeaky wheel gets the
Yes.
oil. my friend.
Here's my thing. And first of all, I do not envy you because you're in the position where you're trying to please everybody. Every guest.
Absolutely.
And
He's
that's not
diplomatic.
possible. I'm in a great position because as the admin of Let's Eat, even though I'm
You
supposed to call
provoke these
balls
kind
and
of
strikes,
things and
I have
controversies.
definitive opinions. And like,
Oh, look
Oh.
out, Mayo.
oh, look at that. Oh, we
on
got Chef
earth.
John is dropping some food here.
Chef John is out of his mind
And
today.
I am totally distracted from this
Oh,
whole
look out, there's
dog
more.
fight issue.
Yeah.
Look at this. We got salads.
Let's
we
get
got
on to
things.
something more favorable.
Well, no, I was just going to say that I think dogs more than welcome to sit outside, and that's expected, especially in this glorious weather. And a lot of people do want to come out and have and dine with their pets. But again, on the inside, again, if you have a true service animal, by all means, that's the law. But if it's not a true service animal and you're trying to get away with something, it can be pretty enraging, especially when Fido is up on the table licking the beautiful Granny Smith apples from the new harvest salad.
Absolutely.
That harvest salad looks insane.
And even to top that whole thing off, look, I'm only one person. Somebody comes in, you're assuming everyone's doing the right thing, and then that split second where the wrong thing is being done, and now that split second where someone grabs a picture, and that doesn't really show doesn't necessarily show the whole story. Yes, they were doing the right thing up until that very second, and they know that and they stop, and it's one split second that you couldn't catch. That all of a sudden,
remember how much better life was before social media and everybody
please.
having a camera and a video camera.
But you'd be out of business.
I just relived it in Gainesville this weekend.
It is what it is. I mean,
Yes.
people should just be courteous and aware that.
Correct. They should.
Not to impose and infringe on other people's, freedom and property, whatever, space. I understand all of this stuff.
Look, everyone has choices.
Yeah.
And I'm always saying I could always move someone to another table. That's not a problem. I can move someone inside, outside, outside, inside.
You're a peacemaker.
I'm
You're
trying to be the referee and
Yeah.
the judge and jury and the whole thing
Yeah.
all at once.
It's
A
sometimes
minor issue when it
And
comes to the
on
food.
top of that,
Let's talk about this.
let's make sure the food's great.
Yes.
Which the chef brought out some phenomenal things, and you guys have got
What do we have
food
here?
for a
Yeah,
few
food.
days.
Yeah.
So you have our salad, the
harvest
fall
salad.
harvest salad.
Yes.
looks
take
great.
some pictures. Yes,
The
and that's
eggplant caprese right over here.
that's the Caprice. Okay,
Yes.
that's the app. Okay,
That looks phenomenal.
nice.
We have cornbread now that comes out of our oven that we bake to order for
Are you
to
a
be
cornbread
ordered.
fan? I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
cornbread with some
Look at me.
honey butter.
I've never met a piece of carbs and bread I didn't like.
This burger has been selling
that
great.
looks like me.
Called the
that.
French onion burger.
Yes.
French
Yeah.
onion burger.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, with the caramelized onions and the
Saw me.
cheese,
Gruyere
and
cheese.
the,
is it?
and you have the au jus on the side to dip
Oh
in.
God,
Yes.
I want to dunk my whole face into that very soon. And then we've got
the eggplant parm.
Oh, we
which
got the
we've
eggplant
had,
parm
we've had
here.
that on the
Okay.
menu for
You
a
got
while.
two kinds
Nice.
of eggplant,
Yes.
Lubie. We
And
What's
then-
on the end
looked
there?
up,
And that pork sandwich over there that has your name written all over
that
it.
one we're gonna have to cut in half before I put my mouth around it because Lubie gets very upset when I manhandle the whole sandwich.
Well, it's
Well,
got
one of
the-
these has to be designated for the big bite. And Burt Rapoport is once again going to chronicle the adventures of the Mike Mayo Big Bite, I think.
Oh,
And
we'll
I
see.
believe that the pork sandwich would be the one that fits the bill, no?
Yeah. Oh, that's the one. We're gonna cut it.
It's got
in half.
the
It's
mojo
got
Do you
the
have your
bottom.
camera, Burt?
It's
The
not
mojo on
time
the
yet.
side.
Okay, all good things in
Comes-
due
right,
time,
due
Defo.
process.
We're going to do that at the end, not at the beginning. That's the showstopper. All right, let's take our first break. And again, we're here at Burt and Max's. It's out in the Delray Marketplace on Atlantic, just west of the Turnpike. Very easy to find. Plenty of free parking, valet parking up front. And again, they're open every day for lunch and dinner. They got happy hour at the bar in the High Tops from, what is it,
11:30 from when we open, 11:30 to 6:30.
6:30. And
Yes.
again, one of the fine Rapoport Restaurant Group, along with Deck 84 on the Intercoastal on Atlantic, Max's Grill, and of course the Prezzo restaurants in Boca and Palm Beach Gardens. All right, let's take our first break, and we'll come back with all kinds of things: food.
We have celebrities
Talk.
hovering around the
Burt
dais here.
Rapoport,
Yeah.
Chef John, Buddha. Thanks so much.
Thank you
Buddha, always a
guys. My
pleasure.
We're gonna
pleasure,
sort out
gentlemen.
the whole
Yes, thanks guys.
app situation, but that's another story for another day.
It's another show. We'll sort that out.
Another show, yes. But meanwhile, we'll be back after these words on the Lunchbox. For Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. To me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. Right, we're back here on the Lunchbox up in Palm Beach County, Delray Beach, Burt and Max's in the Delray Marketplace, and we are now joined by the one and only great executive chef, John Warner. How are you? Welcome back to the Lunchbox.
I am doing well. Thank you. Thanks for joining us
Welcome
again.
back.
It's always a pleasure to have you guys in. So
It's always a pleasure to be here.
we got to get you in here a little bit more often.
Well, you know, one of the problems of being the gambling gourmet, and I trot around all 3 counties, and you know, I wish I could. You know what?
You're a busy man.
I'm a busy man, but I do love coming up to the Delray and the area. It's hopping up here, and I love coming out west on Atlantic because so many people just think about downtown.
Yes, I
And,
agree.
you know, when the season hits and it gets a little bit harder to park down there and it's a little bit more crazy. I mean, Deck 84 has the valet parking, so it's always easy there. But here, you got the whole Delray Marketplace.
we got the whole marketplace.
And
yes.
you've got this great new menu
And
items
we got the
going.
best restaurant in the marketplace.
There you go. So tell me what we got here, because I was sampling. You brought out this beautiful pork, right?
All right, we'll start with the pork sandwich. That seems to be the big hit here on the table. It's a slow roasted mojo pork with a mojo gravy, finished with our house-made coleslaw and crispy onions. Yep, side of choice on a garlic and herb focaccia. Now that same bread that the pork sandwich is on is what we use to produce our croutons as well. So
Nice.
it's a
Very nice.
great product. I mean, we love it. It works and it sings. This very well balanced sandwich, a little bit of everything in there.
Oh, and it's going to be going right into this mouth in
This
a
you
big
would
way.
It's
Uh,
flying off the shelves.
Mr.
Right now.
Crunch over here would love the way that you approach this particular dish, which you could get in a million places, and there's none quite like this in
Now
this presentation.
our eggplant caprese. This is actually
Wow.
one of my sous
is-
chefs
You have to try this.
Okay.
Yeah, you really do.
dishes.
I got
This,
it.
this is a Chef Andrew dish right here.
That is made for you, Mike Mayo.
Yeah.
It really is.
Okay, yeah, it looks
Crispy
beautiful.
eggplant,
Wow.
balsamic glaze on the plate, a bed of spinach and arugula,
Arugula. I love my
marinated
arugula.
tomatoes. We get only the freshest, finest local produce
Delicious.
here.
Yeah.
Marinated tomatoes, the eggplant, fresh mozzarella, fresh basil, finished with a little balsamic glaze and a
Oh.
little extra virgin olive oil
The crunch.
on top.
I
Everything
knew you had them with the crunch.
it sings.
The crunch.
It's the
Everything-
crunchiest version of this I've ever
Yeah,
had.
it's
This is great.
it's a very very good dish, and again, we're getting rave reviews on it, and it just looks
Delicious.
beautiful on the plate.
So different. Yeah.
Anytime I get to work with a lot of fresh vegetables, I get excited.
and
Fantastic.
again, that balsamic glaze gives it that lovely
Yeah.
little
Made
sweetness. but
made
it had-
in house. You know,
Not-
every
oh, really?
we're a scratch kitchen. Everything on this table we make in house.
Very impressive.
This eggplant sandwich is the same eggplant, the
Same-
crispy eggplant with our house made marinara sauce, and shredded mozzarella. Served with our sweet potato fries on a honey wheat bun that we source from a local bakery. Again, we try to keep everything here in South Florida.
I'm not sure. Did you catch Mike Mayo's big bite last time you were on the show, where he shovels like an entire burger?
No, I missed that. Oh,
Because
the
I'm not
farmhouse
sure which
burger. I
one of
remember.
these items. Now he was talking about this pork sandwich, but the eggplant and the burger might also qualify. I
It
would
was
think.
the farmhouse burger he had last time. Like that's a knife and fork sandwich
When
all
he-
day long.
His
Like,
daughter disowned him
Yeah.
after watching him perform.
Well,
on the
that
show.
was during summer break. She was off and not at school. She's at school
Notice
today.
she's not here
She
today.
gets
Yeah.
spared the sight of Daddy making a complete glutton.
I
of
don't know,
himself.
Michael.
it's
I mean,
really hard to get into that sandwich without
These are
utensils.
tough choices, though.
Now,
These are tough.
you know what?
choices.
I think I will grace you with the big bite because I horrified Burt last time, and I think once is enough.
Bird
for
wanted
him.
to quit the business after he saw this performance.
No, he was posting it everywhere.
No, he loves
He
it.
tried
He
to
loves
post it on Let's Eat, and I left it for the other admins, and they said no, that would
It was too
cause
disgusting.
too much distress.
It's
for
it's like watching the Jets offense video where you're saying this may be
Oh.
disturbing to watch, so be forewarned. And
Watch,
Bert put
watch the
warning up
Ravens
there.
first.
Yes.
Now this French onion burger looks
French
fantastic.
onion burger. This thing has gone off like gangbusters since we started running it as a special a few months ago. It's our, house blend, 8-ounce burger patty, sherry infused French onions, caved aged
Yeah.
Gruyere cheese, and our house made onion jus.
An onion juice is so good. And
It's
again, it's like a French dip, but with a burger. You
We
just-
make that
very-
in house
yeah.
twice a week. The onions are made fresh daily. We shred our own caved aged Gruyere cheese. Again, the local bakery produces the challah bun that it's served on. We try to keep it here in South Florida.
Now, I mean, you get excited because you get to play around and do seasonal
I
new items.
I
and-
do. Yeah, I come from a strict corporate background where I had no menu reign at all, and now that I actually have some input,
and you shackled.
yes, I
And
love
now
it.
you're
I love it.
unshackled.
I'm
And
already starting to work on another menu. This one just launched. I'm already working on the next
the
one.
business. As soon
That's
as you
the
get done
business,
with one
yes.
season, you're already looking ahead to the next one.
The
and
next,
gotta
yeah.
start
We got to
doing
stay a
His name
step
there
ahead.
is Bird, as in Rapoport. Bird.
Yes.
Let you do your thing.
You got to stay ahead.
That's
Fall
right.
harvest salad
So
here.
it should be.
Nice.
So
Oh
guys,
yeah,
spinach
Harvest
and
salad is
arugula,
sensational.
you notice
Yes.
that's the one thing I haven't sampled yet. and I
shaved
got-
fennel,
Yep. Mhm.
Granny Smith apples,
Gonna go
fresh
into flavor
crumbled
forward. Yep.
Danish blue cheese,
I love fresh fennel. Look at that. People
candied
think-
candied
people think of-
walnuts.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
No worries.
people think of fennel when you get a sausage and it has a little fennel seed in it. What they don't realize is the actual fennel is a
itself,
vegetable
yes.
that is not like those fennel seeds. It has a little bit of the same.
A little
thing.
bit, but it takes on a completely different flavor
It's
profile,
delicious.
a completely different texture, and
And
then finish with our cider vinaigrette that we make in house.
Phenomenal.
We buy only the best, finest, premium apple cider vinegar, and we turn that into a vinaigrette.
That is one of the tastiest salads I think I've ever eaten in my life, and I'm a
It-
big salad guy.
It's
This
a
guy
great
is-
salad. Now, this
Yeah.
is one of my other sous chef's creations. This is Chef Laura.
Phenomenal
Here,
job.
this is Chef Andrew. This is Chef Laura. A couple of the dinner items that we aren't able to quite produce yet because we're still on the lunch menu is the steak tips, and that's a Chef Junior thing, and then the pork chop. You guys got to come back for the pork chop, by the way.
He loves pork.
You know me and my
it's
pork
Had him
chop.
at hello
outstanding.
with that. Yeah.
12-ounce bone-in, whipped sweet potatoes, a bacon maple Brussels sprout, and spiced apples going with it. It's a perfect fall meal.
Can I just sing the praises of this salad for a
Of
second?
course.
Is that not the most
Please.
sensational combination of
So,
tastes and
It
flavors?
is so well balanced. I
Yes.
mean, that dressing is perfect and bright, and the way the flavor. I mean, get the Granny Smith apple with the blue cheese and the vinaigrette and the vegetables and the walnut with the crunch. It's
you
a perfect
shook him
bite.
into his food critic mode.
And
You
you
really
know
did.
It
You shook him
sings.
into it.
It
what
sings.
I love. Okay, here's what I love when I come out to
Okay.
different restaurants and I eat things. Some things I like eating. It's like, okay, that's good. I mean, I love this. Great crunch. I took a bite of this. My whole back and spine started tingling.
Yes.
It gives you a tingling sensation up and down your body. It's
That's
like
the
a,
highest praise you can give me. Thank you so much.
It's like a narcotic, only it's healthy for you. So, I mean,
I will.
kudos.
Leave it to Mike Mayo with his sophisticated restaurant critique technique and vernacular to compare this to having fentanyl.
heroin.
No,
But it's
really
much
delicious.
better.
I mean, because you know what? You look for salads, and you know, a lot of places feature different salads, and a lot of them are bland, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But this is fantastic. It really is
pops.
great.
Yeah.
And-
That-
I
that
saw it
just
coming
sings.
in, and I thought we have to get one of those. And I told Mayo right away, make sure you get that harvest salad.
It's a very well balanced
Balanced.
salad.
That's what it's
Everything
all about.
it tickles all your sensations.
got
As you
it
said,
all.
you
And it
felt
does
it all the
tickle.
way
Got him
through.
going, man.
tickling
Yeah.
me.
I don't want to say what's
No,
happening.
I think it's
Thank God this
praises.
is a thick table.
Now, what
That's all I
what
can
I'm
say.
doing pre-shift, and we're talking about these salads. I encourage our servers to like add a protein to it, something
It needs
blackened.
nothing, though. It really needs
It
nothing,
really
yeah.
doesn't. But if somebody's looking for a protein, I encourage a blackened,
Okay.
a little bit of
a little
spice,
spice to
a
go
little
with it?
spice to balance it out. It works.
I would say maybe
like
a
a
more
blackened
neutral
shrimp.
thing, like a plain chicken, like some nice grilled chicken breast. But okay,
No,
you're the chef. I would try it again.
You try that with some
How about
blackened shrimp on it. Blackened
That's-
shrimp. Yes,
I would definitely. I could see that.
that with some blackened shrimp on it. Forget about it.
So now we got the cornbread.
This
I
is
guess
our new
cornbread's
cornbread.
still-
We elevated our
It looks
cornbread
great.
recipe
Hold that up
recently.
again.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Here
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
that. And
Looks
Lubie,
delicious.
I assume, got pictures and video. All these beautiful.
Luby's
So
on
it was
top of
our
Oh,
it
let
was
me
our
do it.
old cornbread recipe, and then we added cheddar cheese.
Ooh,
Does it
look
have
now.
jalpenos, or you kind of
no,
keep it on the?
cheddar cheese,
Put a little
scallions,
butter on
and served with the honey butter.
Honey butter. Oh,
Yeah, that's
and
again
now-
house-made honey butter. And
Now, are
these
you?
are baked fresh daily.
What do you suggest? Some people put on a very thin sheen of butter. I like to slather it
So
on.
do I. I'm a butter guy all day long.
And I see
I'm a
like
butter guy
the
all
edge
day.
has a little crust and crunch to it. I'm gonna not take a big bite of this. I'm gonna take a refined
Savor it. Savor it. Mike.
Yeah.
Savor it.
bite. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For me,
good.
more is merrier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very good.
I love that. I eat it the same way.
Now, I'm a heat guy, so I could not Miami heat, but like spice. I could see jalapeno being in here and maybe offering a jalapeno version. For
Well,
those
you
who
know,
like it a
we've
little
talked
kick.
about in the future moving forward that we might offer multiple options
Mhm.
to this. So I have a lot of ground to
You
play
have
with.
leeway.
Yes,
But
exactly.
again,
exactly.
the more the
And
merrier. And he's making eyes
We'll
like
leave it to you to
listen to
throw
you.
like a low blow at the chef.
I'm
but,
not doing a low
this stuff's
blow. It's-
phenomenal.
My
You're
critic
like
mind
Andrew
is
Galata, the boxer, right there.
it's part of the job. You got to
Yeah.
take the criticism with the
Look,
accolades at
No,
the same
it's not a
time.
criticism because it's delicious
This
on
is
its
just
own.
him. It's
I'm
just
just the
him.
guy that sometimes likes that. I think cornbread and jalapeno is a really good, because we're
It's,
talking about all
is
the
good
it's a
different
great
sometimes. Yeah,
combination.
flavors at
Yeah,
play.
you're absolutely
But
right.
I
Yes.
understand that some of the clientele and guests are averse to some of those, heavier spices. Like you're not a jalapeno guy. I pegged you as
Yeah.
a spicy guy. You married a
This is a
Latino
guy that we ordered a pizza at the pizza spot, one of our fine sponsors, and he recommends this bell pepper thing, right?
Right.
Which
hot cherry peppers.
hot cherry peppers.
Oh,
with bacon.
Of course.
I call it the
This
bomb.
stuff was so hot that we had to towel him down. We had to actually take the garden hose and hose him down.
No, you were the one who
And
needed the
even the
garden
people
hose.
from the islands couldn't handle the heat that was.
That's the
on
one
this.
after a couple bites, you can just feel the sweat
Yeah,
start,
yeah.
to,
So
start
that's
to
where
settle
he's
in.
coming
Yes.
from.
especially in the middle of August.
This
It's
is
an
for
outdoor
more normal
place.
people.
I love spice.
Yeah, me too.
I
But
do. And it, sometimes it just doesn't land out here in West El Rey.
I know. You got to go with your clientele and your
Exactly.
guests.
Don't
and,
get cute. Is the Name it
Well,
again.
yeah, no, but again, having it as an option for those who maybe like it on the spicy side. I'm going to shut up now.
Exactly, yes.
Nobody's paying me to be a consultant. They're paying me to.
Bert walked out.
I
Bert
appreciate
walked out.
all the
Yeah.
feedback.
Nice having you on the show, Bert.
Everyone's a critic nowadays, but
Yes.
I actually won awards for it. But anyway,
Are
here
you
we
gonna
go.
do it? Wait a
We've
minute.
gone
Wait a minute.
from
We need a
high
picture.
to
We need
low.
pictures.
We are now in the big bite phase. We're going to spare.
And this is the
Bert.
again.
This is the
identify
new-
thing.
This is the mojo pork
Mojo.
sandwich.
It's like a shredded pork, like a
It
lechon
is, yeah.
asado.
Yes,
And,
one
it's
bite?
slow.
No.
It's slow braised for 4 to 5 hours, depending on the temperature.
You've probably never seen anything like this before.
I
Caution
poured
people.
on a little of the mojo sauce.
may make you
before. I'm gonna
uncomfortable.
Put a little bit more. And I apologize in advance to everybody. I'm going to try to put
I'm
a bunch of this.
I'm gonna
in
kind of
my
get a
mouth.
little clearance here.
Get it.
Yeah. There it is. One bite.
There it is. Oh wow! Look at that.
What do you think? Have you ever seen anything as disgusting?
Oh no, that was quite an impressive bite.
Wow.
That wasn't. You didn't make a dent in that, Mayo. What are you talking about?
That's how you eat food at home when you're comfortable.
Nobody eats like that. Come on, you're being nice.
Oh, yeah, some do.
Some people.
That was a sandwich that beat me. It was so hefty, but
too good. Yeah, you got it all over your face too. Which
That's
is
okay.
good. Yeah.
the flavor. I
He's
actually did
done. He's
take
shot
a
better.
bite
Yeah.
in a way that I could appreciate the ingredients.
Yes,
It's great. That's
you
a great
got to get
sandwich.
everything in one
Yeah.
bite. It's meant to be enjoyed with a little bit of everything in a single bite.
And I think
And
I
that's
did
how.
that.
That's under the heading of
And I
don't,
can
don't try
appreciate
this
the
at home.
fact that you recognize that and you know good food when you see it. You appreciate
There
it.
you
So
go.
I love
All
that.
right.
That's why we love having you
You're
here.
very diplomatic. You
I-
could have easily said, "Hey, Bert,
Yeah.
who is this guy? I don't care that he has a
No, this is it.
Chef John, once again,
This
you
is
have
it.
show."
a
Beautiful job, man.
just
Beautiful job.
outshined the
Thank you, thank you,
competition.
thank you.
Again, when you're in the West Delray area of the marketplace, Burt
This is
and
the
Max
spot.
is the
Wow.
place you want to come. Job well done.
I
That salad,
appreciate it,
the
gentlemen.
eggplant
Thank you. It's always
caprese.
a pleasure to have you in.
and I haven't even had the bite of the burger yet.
Yeah.
That's what I'll horrify Burt with.
Get angry
you
at it.
Triple
will.
big bite today. You're going for the triple
Yeah.
double.
I am down for the triple.
If
You're
you
like
don't leave
LeBron
here
James.
stuffed today, you're not doing your job.
That's it. Hey, let me put in the kind words for our friends at Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market. Thanksgiving is coming up. You guys are going to be open Thanksgiving,
We are,
right?
yes. So I have a special menu just for Thanksgiving.
Nice. And you're open at like 4 to 8?
4 to 8:30, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
something
again,
along those lines.
You
yes.
guys can make your reservations online or over the phone for
Yes.
Burt and Max's. All of the Rapoport restaurant groups will be open for Thanksgiving. They are serving dinners, and I know Prezzo is also offering turkey dinner to go, fully prepared. But Delaware, in my neck of the woods, if you do have the full family home cooking celebration, that is the place that I've been going to for over 3 decades. I get my
Wow.
fresh killed bird that never frozen. Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market is also the place to go for all your holiday and everyday needs. They got great seafood. They've got stone crabs. I mean, nothing better than placing a holiday order for Thanksgiving. You get a couple of pounds of stone crab, get a couple of pounds of fish dip, and you get yourself a nice big turkey, and you've got yourself the start of a beautiful holiday feast. Go online to DelawareChicken.com, and you'll get their phone number. You can place your holiday orders now and pick it up all Thanksgiving week. I usually get in there on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. before the mad crowds get there. Delaware Chicken is at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, right across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Go in there and tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Going to be a lot of fun being out there, and of course, a great place for the holidays. Chef, congratulations, tremendous. These are new items. You guys are always doing innovative things here. Burt and Max's. We'll be back with more. I think we get to talk to the man himself.
I'm going in for another bite.
Wow.
All right.
This
Thank you,
guy,
gentlemen. Always a
unbelievable.
pleasure.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for stopping by. And we're coming back with more of Mike Mayo Eats in a moment.
Great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting. Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You got to try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Max's 9089 Avenue in Delray Beach. For more than a decade, a top spot for lunch, weekend brunch, and dinner at the Delray Marketplace in West Delray. It's a family-friendly dining room in a comfortable setting with also an outdoor patio that's pet-friendly. American classics like chicken and waffles, brick oven pizzas, chopped salads, and of course, great burgers, including the famous Farmhouse Burger and the traditional Prime Burger. Open 7 days with happy hour at the bar and high tops from opening until 6:30. For reservations and more information, go to burtandmaxes.com. And we're back at Burt and Max's with the man Burt himself. Burt Rapoport.
All right. Burt,
Founder and proprietor of Rapoport's Restaurant Groups. Of course, you know Max's Grill. We were there last month in Boca at Meisner. Deck 84. We were there last month with the new chef, Fernando. He was great.
Yeah.
And now we're back again at Burt and Max's. And again, Burt Rapoport, thank you so much for having us out here. All these great new menu items. It's always a treat to see you.
Oh, it's great to see you guys too. Looks
Really?
like
Even when I'm eating?
You're looking good, kid. You're looking good. What are you out golfing, Broken Sound?
He's so polite. He's a classic restaurateur.
I was going to say, I thought you guys looks like you're losing a little weight.
Very
He's been working on it. He's been working on it.
Been staying home lately? Or?
No, I've been walking a little bit. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, but I do enjoy, again, getting out and about. And man, Chef John getting it done. All these items.
Look
are
at all
great.
this. Is anything okay?
Is anything
So
okay?
good,
That's the old line here.
This treatment on this eggplant is among the best, and the harvest salad is a sensational treat.
Yeah, and the
Mike
pork
is,
sandwich I was saying is
Yeah,
better
gotten into
than
this.
many of the lechon asado and the roasted pork sandwiches that I find at a lot of the Cuban restaurants in Broward and Miami-Dade. And no offense to this is just a really well-made, well-crafted sandwich. Great bread. The mojo sauce and the marinade is perfect. It's great. It's a great sandwich.
Oh, good. Please
Yeah.
tell all your friends.
I will. I am right now on the lunchbox. Burt, well, where do you find all these chefs? Like Defo was saying, right?
I mean, scouting talent. I really want you to. I mean, could you get involved with one of the local sports teams? There's nobody better at scouting talent. I'm so
Well-
tired of the Dolphins whipping on their first round picks. We need Burt Rapoport involved because how many different chefs? I mean, that have become and blossomed into top-notch restaurateurs and very important people in the business. Did you launch? Angelo Elia was one of them. I mean, you
Yeah.
find these guys when they're ready to wash dishes.
When I could afford them, yeah. Although sports aren't too bad. The Heat won last night.
They did. That was wild. I mean, Brick City at the end of that game.
Oh,
No one could make a shot. But how many different guys did you find? Because the one common thread, and Mike's seen this also, is they all say, "Wow, what a relief it was to be able to let go and be myself under the auspices and the banner of the Burt Rapoport restaurants." And that most people in your position might be, hey, we do it this way, and that's the right way. But you really let these people go and be creative.
yeah. Sometimes too far. But
Yeah, it costing me money now. Yeah.
but I just think
It's great though.
over the years, I just think we've created and perpetuated a culture where people learn about it and they understand and they want to be part of it. So we've been really fortunate.
It's a good reputation to have of being, allowing creativity and not making people, stifled and having to, run things up 500 million flagpoles. And
You know where I learned that was back in the Prezo days when Angelo was the first chef and we had 3 restaurants, and I wanted all the chefs to do Angelo's food. And I went around to the places and I said, "This sucks, man. Why can't you guys follow a recipe?" And the
Yeah.
response was, "Because it's not my recipe."
Right.
And so way back then, I realized, you got to just let these guys do it.
Right, with their own touches. And again, because a lot of cooking is art and not science. Baking is science, but cooking
And it's
in the
passion.
kitchen, yeah.
But it's universally, a theme that we've heard at all of your different places, and you have some very, very high-end and successful chefs working here now, and they all say the same thing. I couldn't be happier than to finally land in a Burt Rapoport restaurant. And the customers have to be happy that this is your philosophy.
Yeah. You think I'm paying them too much?
Yeah, maybe so. Fueled by investors' desire to lose money. That's the way it goes. But no, a real
No.
tribute to you and a testimonial to the way that you've done business forever.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, isn't this a blessing now? We finally have the humidity broke. The weather is gorgeous. People are sitting outside.
Oh.
This is what you dream of, right?
Yeah. November is just a great month. You just want to be outside and do something.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you don't, but I do.
I think that was a shot. No, I love being. Look,
He wants to be at a racetrack
Well, that's outside.
well, I need a track
with a
that's for sure.
potato
I need to
knish
start
and
doing some
a hot
and a
laps.
dog.
beer.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Hey, so we've got that whole fundraiser that you do for the Save Our Heroes Foundation, I guess, or it's the ones that they get the service dogs,
Oh, yeah.
service animals for the veterans, and that's ongoing this week. How did
Right.
you get involved with that? Is that did they
So-
just come to you, or
So, so they came to us and asked if we'd like to do something, and we're
Vets Helping Heroes?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I
yeah.
get it right. Yep.
So we're dog friendly in all of our restaurants, and so we said, yeah, we'll give 20%, of all the dog
Menu
menu
items.
proceeds,
Yeah.
to the charity. And so then they said, okay, the first dog, I can name the first dog.
Mm.
So my dad's nickname was, as you know, was Rappy.
Right.
and he was a huge dog lover. So their first dog was Rappy. So that sold me right there.
Oh,
you
beautiful.
know, I could look at that dog and see my dad peeing on the carpet.
Get to a certain age. it's
Put it
already
away,
happening
Dad.
to me. Oh man. Do you have dogs at home? Are you a dog lover?
Yeah, we have dogs.
Yeah, because again, one of the things on Let's Eat, and I know I see you on there sometimes, but one of the big bones of contention, and we talked about this with Buddha and Steve before, about it's just such a minefield now, navigating the needs and wishes of all the guests. Obviously, for pets, you want to bring your dog, more than welcome here. Sit outside, and if it's a service animal, then with a legitimate need, come on inside, right?
Yeah. Most people understand.
But some people get a little.
There you go. You have a beef with this. You really do that. Are you sensing that, Burt, that there's an underlying theme that Mayo's not a fan of dogs?
No, I love
Well, here
dogs.
comes one now.
No, I'm not a fan of people who abuse the system and say they have a service animal when it's a emotional support.
Sometimes I've seen this where I go to like the Funky Biscuit, and the guy will bring a dog in there, and it's very tight in there, and you're almost trampling the dog, and then you're thinking, I have to put earplugs in because the music's loud enough that it could really hurt your hearing. What is this dog experiencing? So there's some places where it's probably inappropriate, even though they're allowed, but in a place like this, it's
it's
perfectly
great.
fine. Yeah.
It's great. The only thing that bothers me is when someone puts their dog on a chair or a bar stool.
Right.
Yes.
And then
Or when the
somebody
dog
snaps
raised the
a
kitchen.
picture and puts it on Let's Eat, and then the fur really starts flying because that's again
Good way of putting it. The first starts flying.
I'm
Nice,
doing this a
yeah.
little bit.
No, he's a wordsmith. If you haven't,
Yeah, you
Grown
got to
up.
do it for a living.
Oh man,
how did he ever write reviews the way he eats, Burt? I mean,
it's a good
is this
thing
a shock to you as a guy
work
that's in the
2
business
seconds.
for forever?
I then shoveled half a foot long hero down.
In those days, he liked buffets.
This is essentially a buffet. Every time we come out to one of your places, it's great.
Well, it is a feast for the eyes and the stomach, and we do appreciate all that you do
For
for us on the Lunchbox. And what I love is that at some of your restaurants, your lunch specials are labeled Lunchbox specials because you get like a good.
But you
in this
notice he
case,
hasn't
a
put
sandwich,
your name on it
have
yet. He
sandwich.
doesn't want to scare people.
No, we're not going for that kind of branding just yet. It would drive people running in the other direction. But no, it comes with the drink and the whole lunchbox. You get
It's a great value. $12 lunch.
$12.
People are looking
Get
for
outta here.
value these days.
$12.
You know that, Defo.
Yeah.
That's another.
That's great. And I have to say that harvest salad at $15 is an unbelievable item. I mean, you would gladly pay, $22, $23 for a salad like that and be more than thrilled. And you won't find anything like that. That's really an incredibly individualistic dish.
Devo, you could be a consultant on menu pricing.
I would jack the prices up,
He
though.
goes high.
Yeah. Especially if I was getting a piece at that point.
No points for you. Oh wow, it's all good. Anything else going on upcoming, or what are you doing for the holidays? You got Thanksgiving open at all your restaurants.
All the restaurants.
Yeah.
And what blows my mind is at Deck 84, which you don't think of as a Thanksgiving restaurant. They already have 302 reservations,
Wow.
which is huge.
People love being on the water. That's it.
Yeah,
They love the
It's a
waterfront
beautiful
dining.
spot to celebrate that holiday.
Yeah,
In the long run, it probably is cost effective to go out to a restaurant as opposed to, especially if you're like 2 people.
Yeah.
You really want to prepare all of this stuff, and then you might have leftovers for the next 6 years. But eventually, you get tired of that. But this is a great way to approach Thanksgiving.
I've seen all the holidays do good business because people don't want to shop. They don't want to cook. And at the end of the day, it's expensive.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's more sometimes a better value, like you said. You save time and money a lot of times. So these places, again, especially when you're in an area that is so geared towards, the winter residents, the snowbirds, visitors, and also people who are a little bit older who just, don't want to be cooking. And
Even a
cleaning up.
family. I mean, it's just a good thing. You don't have to mess with anything. And price is extremely reasonable for the amount of food that you get. You don't always want to go to a buffet either because you can only eat so much. So this is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
All of these locations.
And all your restaurants are also going to be open during the other holidays, Christmas and New Year's. And so plenty
absolutely.
of
Busy time. actually right now is the busiest time of the year for restaurateurs
Mm.
because everyone's getting their fall and winter menus ready. Everyone's hiring. Phones ringing off the hook for reservations and holiday reservations. And it's fun. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's again, and people are coming back in droves and hopefully enjoying themselves and spending lots of money and eating and drinking and we'll see
And being merry.
because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
If he had been
Yes.
embittered by running the Let's Eat South Florida page, he would be extremely happy about the upcoming holidays. But he's worried about all the complaints.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's all
Oh.
good. We will have to weed out the malcontents,
Right.
and I'll have to throw myself out a
Yeah.
couple of times. But
Great stuff. So what among
So-
these dishes is your favorite, Bert? Or have you had a chance to try everything?
Oh, yeah. We've spent a lot of time on all of them. But I agree with you. I like the harvest salad, the pork sandwich. I don't eat cheese. I
okay.
avoid certain things I do.
So the
avoid.
eggplant's out.
Yeah, well, yeah.
eggplant and
Yeah.
the cheeseburger, the Gruyere burger, that French onion burger. I'm just
Yeah, the French
taking
emperor-
dainty bites, but this is totally my
People
kind of
are
burger.
loving that.
Love it because it's like having French onion soup on a burger,
Yeah.
and people love French onion soup.
And
So
we have a
that's-
French dip sandwich on the menu too now. I don't know if you brought that out, but that has become our number one seller.
Oh, wow.
So,
Nice.
but,
Nice.
that's a great sandwich. I'm fired up because, all those things don't break the bank. Somebody can go out and not have to spend a ton of money and get great value.
it's great. All right, so come on out here to Burt and Max's or any of the Rapoport
On the
Restaurant
spot.
Group restaurants. Go online, see it on the crawl, all the different Instagram handles. Check them out. Burt and Max's, you guys are open here 7 days
7
from
days,
11:30 on.
Smells great, too.
Pet friendly, kid friendly, everything friendly, even big bite friendly.
Can I
which-
steal the glass, Bert? If I walk down here with the
Yeah,
glass,
you can
would I get
take it.
arrested?
No,
It would be an honor to have a Bert and Max. My wife's especially a big wine drinker. So.
Defo, I'll give you a set of them.
Oh, wow. That's better than Mayo getting a knife at the Council Bluffs or whatever that was.
We have
Uncle
no
Lord.
more breaks, right? Oh wow, we actually spaced out the breaks today like a normal show. So I did
Great.
want to put in one more kind word for our friends at the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. I know your restaurants are here up in Palm Beach County, but we've been doing some work with Phil and Kate, and that festival has really grown. And your guy Angelo Ilia is involved. He's going to be doing one of those intimate dinners
How about Reno,
earlier in
too?
the week.
Do you know Reno?
Heritage Restaurant, Fort Lauderdale. Have you been in there?
Oh,
yet?
No,
my,
I've
you would
been
love
wanting
this
to
guy.
get down
Oh,
You
there.
guys were
Well,
made for each
I'll
other.
take-
Yeah.
Made for each other.
Yeah.
Reno Sorbonne is the name of talented, young, charismatic chef,
A wild
a
man.
real character. But, his dad owned and operated Pizza Time for a while in both Coral Springs and Boca
Boca,
Raton.
yeah.
Now, they haven't had those restaurants in a while, but Reno, got into the business and is a very talented chef and musician.
These two would get along famously.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
he was hilarious. He's married to Roberto Luongo's.
No,
he's-
Roberto
he-
Luongo is married to his sister.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Roberto
Wow.
Luongo, the former.
So he's our
Patrick
hockey
goalie.
analyst.
Uh,
Wow.
we've done a couple of shows with Reno when we found out that he was Luongo's brother-in-law. That they've enlisted him on their morning sports show as a hockey expert, and he was hilarious this morning.
Hilarious because nobody knows anything about hockey anyway. So you may as well get like the dirt and the underlying stories behind us. And he brings that to the table. And then he's your type of guy when it comes to restaurateurs. So
Yeah.
Well, he says what other people think. Because you're an old school guy that's trying to please guests. He's a guy that you'll get a great guest experience when you go to Heritage.
Yeah.
But if you cop an attitude there or treat his staff in any way that's wrong, abusive, he does not tolerate it. And he says, we've got to get out of the ass kissing business in restaurateurs and put people who are maybe acting like children or overly entitled in their places. It's a refreshing attitude, but
it's just the way he does it.
Yeah,
It's part of his persona.
he's very charming. He also writes responses to negative online reviews and
Can be dangerous.
rates the customers.
Wow.
I got to show you some of these sometimes.
1 star.
He gives customers 1 star after
1
they give
star.
him 1 star. And it's pretty entertaining. But Chef Reno is going to be doing the kickoff dinner.
Yeah.
That's on that Monday night, January 8th. And again, all the festival events and tickets are online at vlfoodfest.com. The big grand tasting Saturday, January 13th at the Las Olas Beachfront Park. Dozens of different restaurants and wines. It's going to be a great time. They have the VIP tickets are running low, so you want to grab those now. It's the perfect stocking stuffer for the food lover in your life. go to vlfoodwine.com. The full list of events and dinners is now up. The dinner I was blanking on the other day, Tim and Blue, my buddy at the Catherine, is holding one with Brad Kilgore. Now, Brad Kilgore is a very, very widely praised and respected chef in Miami. Unfortunately, I once gave him like one of my most withering reviews of all time.
It can be particularly vicious.
So him and Brad, we've got to patch things up because if he's friends with Tim, and maybe there's hope for a little rapprochement, and that's the thing.
It was kind of like when Lubie and I had Brian Windhorst on one of our shows after we had just trashed this guy for 5 years. And then all of a sudden we had to welcome him onto the program because he was selling a book. And you didn't want to play back any of the tapes.
No,
the
hope
stuff that
none
we
of
had
his
said.
friends
The
found
fat
any
shaming
of
and
that.
all this stuff. It was ugliness. Yeah.
Anyway, Vila Food Wine, unbelievable lineup of dinners. Our friends, Chef Paula De Silva down at the Burlock Coast. Jeremy Ford is going to be up, and Jeremy just announced his Stubborn Seed is coming to Las Vegas. You know, Michelin starred in Miami. I've been singing Jeremy's praises for a long time. They started off together at 3030 Ocean at the old Harbor Beach Marriott with Dean James Max.
Oh, yeah, I love those guys.
And Jeremy now is just crushing it and has got announced that he's going to be part of the new Resorts International Casino. Beautiful looking
in
space.
the Bahamas? Wow,
No, in Vegas.
Oh, in Vegas.
Jeremy Ford is bringing Stubborn Seed to Las Vegas.
We need Burt in Vegas. I tell you what. I mean, it wouldn't fit in there because the prices are too reasonable. He would have to jack everything, about 3-4 times. But this would be a welcome spot.
Do you ever go to Vegas just for recreational?
I was out there a couple weeks ago.
Out there at the Sphere.
Yeah, I spent my birthday there.
We talked about it last time. This is how my brain is like a leaky sieve.
We do 5 different shows every day, and we remember that.
I need some jellyfish in my life. I got to suck on a preposition.
Start eating jellyfish, the peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich. I hope that's on the menu.
You were there for the Sphere. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Burt and Max's. Burt, always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so
Great
much.
job, man. Great job.
Thanks for coming out.
Always a pleasure.
And come on out to Burt and Max's. And again, we'll see you tomorrow. We got a busy week coming up. We're going to be at Kaizen Sushi. My man Hui is going to be setting us up with some of his beautiful assortment of fish. That's in Fort Lauderdale. They're not open for lunch, so don't come on out. We're just going to be eating to kind of spotlight. We haven't been in there and sat down with him since we were radio only, so this will now add that visual food porn component because the way he handles and slices and dices fish is beautiful. Thursday, Gilbert's 17th Street Grill in Fort Lauderdale with the lovely Lenore Gilbert. Friday, the usual at Gulfstream Park, 10 Palms.
How do you beat this job, Bert? How do you beat this job?
I want to.
Everybody wants to be Mayo at this point. That's it. Yeah.
I got to bring you to Heritage one time. You're going to get a kick
out of it. You would enjoy that.
Reno is a character. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Enjoy every new, beautiful roast pork sandwich.
He might do it. Here we go. Second big bite. Wow.
No.